hospitals from Japan that are owned by Tokushikai, and locally we shall have neurosurgery and radiology specialties.
He also highlights what the training will include.
Ukiangalia zile gharama za ujumla, ingawa gharama ya mara moja inakuwa kidogo bei ghali.
If you look at the costs in general, although the individual costs are high, but the overall costs of the patient coming in, being nasty and having an operation, the days spent in the hospital, the cost is lower than doing a school opening surgery. But this procedure reduces the days of the patient staying at hospital, and the patient does not get any scar in the body.
He furthermore said that the hospital is expected to receive other new modern machines to support the service.
Hii ni teknolojia ambayo itaenda kubadilisha sana.
This is a technology that will tremendously change the operation of the blood vessels in the brain and even the spinal cord. Patients will not be restricted. We expect more patients to receive this treatment.
Endovascular brain surgery service is a method that reduces medical costs, time to nurse the wound, and time for the doctor to perform the surgery.
Encouraging news there from Benjamin Mkapa Hospital. The Minister of Health, Umi Mwalimu, says cases of heart diseases has increased by 9% from 2.5 million patients in 2017 to 3.4 million in 2022. He urges the community to embrace healthy habits to avoid other interrelated diseases like stroke, kidney problems, and even diabetes. The health minister made the call in Dar es Salaam while the country is marking the World Heart Day, insisting every individual to exercise for at least 150 minutes a week. Bakarim Suya has more details.
The Minister of Health, Umi Mwalimu, is here as Tanzania is marking the World Heart Day, which this year carries the theme, Use Heart, No Heart. She reveals that the problem of cardiovascular diseases in Tanzania is still huge.
Kwa hiyo takwimu zetu za Wizara ya Afya zinaonyesha kwamba
our statistics from the Ministry of Health show that there's a large increase in the number of people in Tanzania with heart diseases and high blood pressure. Now it has grown with an increase of 9.4% in patients with heart diseases and high blood pressure. In 2017, we had 2.5 million patients, and those are patients who have arrived at the hospital. I have not counted the patients who have not arrived at the hospital. In 2022, they have increased to 3.4 million.
2022 wameongezeka mpaka milioni 3.4.
Then she instructs those with heart disease to adhere to the medical instruction issued by the doctors.
When you see that you have high blood pressure as well as diabetes, if you have been prescribed to use medicine, make sure you take the medication. That's what my doctors tell me to emphasize to the people, because if you stop taking medication, it leads to heart diseases, stroke, and kidney challenges.
Stroke, kiharusi, au inakupeleka kwenye kupata changamoto za figo.
Here, she advises preventive measures to avoid heart diseases, which includes diet and regular exercises.
Na hatua ya kwanza ambao wataalamu wanatusisitiza.
The first step that experts emphasize is to focus on the consumption of suitable foods. The main consideration is the use of proper food to ensure that we reduce the use of excessive salt, sugar, or sugary drinks, but also the use of excessive fats.
Au vinywaji vyenye sukari, lakini jingine ni kuhakikisha tunapunguza matumizi ya mafuta kupita kiasi.
Jakaya Kikwete Cardiac Institute, JKCI, used this opportunity to reveal the magnitude of the problem.
Na katika takwimu ambazo tumezipata sehemu mbalimbali ambazo tumepata,
in the surveys we have found in various places, we found that heart problems are increasing by 25% every month. Citizens who come for health checkup range from 25 to 30%, and most of them are found to have heart problems.
mpaka 50% ya washiriki wote wanakutwa wakiwa na matatizo ya moyo.
The Tanzania Cardiac Society Association says 80% of heart diseases can be avoided.
Studies show that 80% of these problems can be prevented by being able to check our health, as well as the main causes of these problems includes blood pressure, smoking cigarettes, having diabetes, living a life without having a physical exercise, and overweight.
According to the Ministry of Health, 12 out of 100 people have diabetes, while 25 of them have high blood pressure in the country, while 20 million people die every year globally due to heart diseases. Reporting from Dar es Salaam, Bakari Msuya, TBC.
What a message there as the world marks the World Heart Day. Thank you very much, Bakari Msuya, for that report. Tanzania and Uganda have signed a 15 years mutual agreement worth 71.7 billion shillings for the integration of the Tanzania ICT broadband backbone with Ugandan National ICT Backbone Infrastructure NITA. Rehema Sibabili was there and has prepared the following report.
Earlier today in Dar es Salaam, the Minister of Information, Communication and Information Technology, Nape Nnauye, and the Minister of Information Technology of Uganda, Dr. Chris Baryomunsi, have witnessed the signing of the agreements that aims at strengthening the communication sector and reducing internet costs. Both ministers say that the move will boost the telecommunications sector and will increase employment for young people and also African countries, bringing about an economic revolution through digitalization.
The decisions you have made will help strengthen the ICT infrastructure between our two countries. Additionally, this decision opens a new chapter for the growth and the enhancement of economic and business cooperation between our two countries.
We will promote the growth of our digital economies, creating job opportunities and fostering innovation and entrepreneurship. Lastly, regional integration. This collaboration also aligns with the broader East African community's efforts to promote regional integration and harmonization of shared ICT infrastructure, promoting Uganda as a regional ICT hub due to its central location.
On the other hand, the Director General of TTCL, Engineer, will be connected to the area in Kagera region, a move that will stimulate the economic growth of East Africa through the digital economy.
It is our commitment to ensure that national ICT backbone becomes your first choice when you want to upgrade capacity and when you are making all the decisions in terms of upgrade of the capacity in Uganda. And this commitment will be honored in terms of the quality of service we're going to give you, the type of commitments will commit resources in terms of human and financial resources to ensure that you get the best quality in this capacity.
We recently reduced the cost of internet by 50%. So the cost of doing business online in Uganda is going down, and that is because of the partnership that we're building. We're showing that we have the capacity to provide more internet services to the country, and we are bringing down the cost, and we intend even to bring it down further when we fully operationalize this connection.
The national ICT broadband backbone on the East African side has already connected Kenya, Burundi, Rwanda, and now Uganda. Reporting from Dar es Salaam, Rehema Sebabili, TBC News.
Remaining in Dar es Salaam, but now we move to social sector where the government has signed 2 agreements worth $20.3 million with the governments of Switzerland and Ireland to finance the second productive social safety net project supervised by TASAF. Here's a report by Rehema Sibabili, read by Bakari Msuya.
While signing the agreement in Dar es Salaam, Permanent Secretary from the Ministry of Finance, Dr. Natu Mwamba, says a total of $18 million are from the government of Switzerland and Euro 2.2 million equivalent to USD 2.3 million from the government of Ireland. Dr. Natu also adds that the program expects to improve access to income earning opportunities and socio-economic services for targeted poor households.
The overall objective of the program is to reduce poverty and improve human capital. The program expects to improve access to income earning opportunities and socio-economic services for targeted poor households, while enhancing and protecting the human capital of their children through the following outcomes: improved consumption, households engaged in improved income generating activities, increased school enrollment and health seeking behavior for children, and improve access to community assets and services.
On the other hand, the ambassador of Ireland and the ambassador of Switzerland affirmed their countries' commitment to continue to cooperate with the government of Tanzania in poverty reduction and economic development.
And all social protection programs take time to develop, and they evolve over time. They're not static. They change with the needs of the country, they change with the needs of the people, and they change with context. That is the same for all our countries that have social protection programs. And for Tanzania, I know that the National Social Protection Policy will be an important step in the next stage of the development of programs such as TASF and social protection in general in Tanzania.
Public social protection systems are expensive to run, especially for a vast country like Tanzania, with plenty of competing priorities such as health, education, water, just to name a few. Therefore, it is essential to join forces and pool support to raise enough resources to cover for the people in extreme poverty, while at the same time creating a stable and sustainable social protection system in the country.
The total budget for the implementation of the second productive social safety net program is USD 883.32 million. Reporting from Dar es Salaam, Bakarim Suya, TBC.
The Russian ambassador to Tanzania, Andrei Avetissian, says his government is ready to work with Tanzania in space field to bolster agriculture and the natural resources, commenting the country's current economic diplomacy. He made the remarks during a press conference in Dar es Salaam, intending to reflect on the agreements reached during the last Russia-Africa summit.
We welcome the openness policy of President Samia Suluhu Hassan. Her Excellency the President declared the policy of economic openness, of foreign investment being welcomed in Tanzania. And this is what we like. This actually coincides with the Russian priorities in our policy towards Africa. We see the opportunities that are being created by the policy pursued by Her Excellency President Samia Suluhu Hassan as very favorable for further strengthening of Russia-Tanzania relations.
Furthermore, Ambassador Avetissian elaborates various plans that the Russian government has towards boosting bilateral ties with Tanzania.
The first artificial satellite, and we are ready to work with Tanzanian scientists, Tanzanian universities, who are already working on this project to build this kind of satellite and, of course, send it to the outer space with the possibilities that Russia has. This first satellite, or generally our cooperation in space, can include different parts, different areas of cooperation. The space program that Tanzania will have may be used for agriculture, for natural resources, for Tanzanian national parks, and protecting nature. All these modern technologies can be promoted in Tanzania with the assistance of the Russian Federation.
Minister of Finance Dr. Mwigulu Nchemba has met and held talks with the Minister for Development Cooperation and Global Climate Policy, Dan Jorgensen, in Copenhagen, Denmark, where they have agreed to deepen ties in various economic cooperation between Tanzania and Denmark. The two countries have historical ties that have lasted for more than 60 years. Dr. Nchemba and his delegation are in Europe to meet and hold discussions with various financial institutions and stakeholders to secure funding for various development projects in the country. Chief Justice of Tanzania, Professor Ibrahim Juma, says the establishment of the Labor Laws mobile app will enable citizens to get accurate information about various cases going on at the Labor Court and reduce inconveniences in following up on their court proceedings. He made the remarks during the launch of the app, which also aims to help ordinary citizens to get accurate legal information through their mobile phones. Emmanuel Samuel was there and has prepared the following report.
It is in the High Court of Tanzania Division of Labor Grounds in Dar es Salaam where the ceremony to launch the Labor Laws mobile app is held, and the Chief Justice of Tanzania, Professor Ibrahim Juma, who is the official guest at the event, and he is given the responsibility to officiate the launch of the app. After cutting the ribbon and launching the app, the Chief Justice, Professor Ibrahim Juma, emphasized that the service will make it easier for citizens to get justice on time.
Kumpa mwananchi sheria zote za kazi na kiganjani.
Giving a citizen all the labor laws through a mobile phones show that you care and also enable the citizen to get justice and reduce conflict in institution that it provides justice.
The Chief Justice asked that the app and the launch of the compilation of labor statutes and regulations will also help for investors and business people in the country.
Kwamba tunaboresha mazingira ya uchumi.
To improve the economic environment, investors can also study us and see the laws and say, yes, Tanzania has good labor laws. There is a good procedure to resolve conflict. And if I invest, there is my project will be very profitable.
Na faida kubwa.
Presiding judge of the Division of Labor Court says that the app is part of improving services delivery in court, while one of the participants of the event advised that the app should be distributed in different parts of the country so that many citizens may be aware of it.
Uanzishwaji wa app hii.
The establishment of this app goes hand in hand with the implementation of Pure Number, one of the court's strategy plan, with the aim of improving and strengthening the use of technology in the delivery of justice at all levels of the court.
Kama serikali kupitia mahakama,
the government through the courts should continue to ensure that this message and this app spreads, because you just find it on Play Store.
Emmanuel Samuel, TBC News.
Thank you very much, Emmanuel Samuel, for that report. And as today is another Friday, TBC News, we bring you another feature story on Tanzania's travel tips. And today, we take you through Swahili cuisines and dishes. Here is Kanki Mwagamole with more on the story.
Swahili is predominantly a mix of local Bantu languages and Arabic. Tanzania has one of the most mouth-watering dishes that will leave a mark for you to remember. Dishes that have branded weekdays under their names, where people meet in different areas to obey their taste buds. Dishes that are cooked in mud pots just to add some earthy flavors to the food. Food lovers get the chance to taste the famous peanut butter brittle, commonly known as kashata. This chewy, cheeky, sweet delicacy is known to bring people together and enjoy local food and enjoy local coffee as well as they share their day's load. The Swahili people are mainly united under the mother tongue, Kiswahili.
One among millions of reasons to come to Tanzania. Thank you very much, Kanki Mogomole, for that story. Now, before we wind up our local news tonight, let us now have a look at today's exchange rates according to the Bank of Tanzania, BOT. Don't miss TBC News every weekday to know all the latest in exchange rates. Now stand by for all the latest in international news. And here is international news as compiled and read by Nyambona Masamba.
At least 47 people have been killed and 60 others injured in a suicide explosion took place in a region positioned in Pakistan's southeastern Balochistan province. Balochistan is Pakistan's largest province and borders Iran and Afghanistan. It is rich in mineral resources and carries 40% of the country's gas production. The China-Pakistan Economic Corridor passes through the region, but the province is Pakistan's poorest. To Africa. In Sudan, at least 10 people have been killed in shelling by rapid support forces in the capital Khartoum. 11 others were injured when a paramilitary group attacked the bus station. They have been taken to hospital. Fighting between the army and other forces began in April. In Niger, at least 12 soldiers have been killed in an attack by hundreds of fighters in motorbikes. It happened in Kandadij, near the border with Mali and Burkina Faso. Armed forces linked to Al-Qaeda and IS are active in the region. Meanwhile, large crowds in Niger have been demonstrated outside French military base for their rapid departure. France announced on Saturday that its troops will begin withdrawing from West African nations 2 months after a coup. About 1,500 French soldiers were stationed there despite the fights from the armed groups in the region. Libya's public prosecutors say 4 more people should be jailed following catastrophic floods in the city of Derna. 2 city council members and 2 construction officials are accused of mismanagement and negligence. Thousands of people were killed this month after heavy rains caused 2 dams to burst, sending a huge wave of water through the city. And thousands of asylum seekers and migrants are continuing their journey from Mexico to the U.S. Large groups of people, mainly from Central America, are in town of Eagle Pass in Texas, where they're hoping to claim asylum. A large number of arrivals last week triggered the closure of U.S. border crossing and forced Mexico's largest railroad to suspend dozens of freight trains.
That was international news. Stand by now for all the latest in sports. And in sports news, Young Africans head coach Miguel Gamondi says Yanga takes very seriously CAF Champions League second leg match against El Merreikh, and he wants to quench Young Africans fans' thirst of advancing CAF Champions League competition group stage since 1998. Gamondi insists even though the team is leading 2-0, but they will give everything in tomorrow's match to qualify to CAF Champions League group stage.
We had enough time to prepare. We're working hard, quiet, with calm, and waiting for tomorrow to play a very good game and give happiness to the Wananchi's family. Hope for the fans, for the management, for the president to be in this stage, and we will take seriously and with a very, very good commitment and happiness to be part of this game tomorrow.
Young Africans will play El Merreikh from Sudan at Azam Complex Stadium in the second leg game of CAF Champions League, whereby hosts need a win or a draw to advance to group stage. All the best to Young Africans there for Tanzania's pride. Minister for Culture, Arts and Sports, Dr. Damas Ndumbaro, says it was not easy for Pamoja Bid of Tanzania, Kenya and Uganda to win the right to host Africa's Cup of Nations AFCON 2027. Dr. Ndumbaro says the winning points were good strategies and willingness of the three governments to host the competition.
Kazi ndogo. Ilikuwa ni kazi ngumu sana.
It was not easy to get this opportunity. We thank God for this opportunity to host AFCON 2027. President Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan gave us early permission to attend this event, as our colleagues from Kenya were late. I would like to congratulate President Karia for the great work he did, because he was the front line in this. We are certified at CAF that he has a great respect.
Na tumejiridhisha kwamba kule CAF ana heshima kubwa sana.
Tanzania, Kenya and Uganda will host the African Cup of Nations AFCON 2027, which will be the first time for the prestigious competition to be held in the East African region. Well, and that is sports news. And now before we conclude the news bulletin tonight, let's now take a look at the weather forecast for the next 24 hours.
Hello viewers, my name is Joyce Makwata from Tanzania Meteorological Authority, and this is 24 hours weather forecast starting from tonight. Generally, we expect wind to flow at speed of 30 kilometers per hour for the entire coastal belt, as well as Lake Victoria and northern parts of Lake Tanganyika. While southern part of Lake Tanganyika, together with Lake Nyasa, we expect wind to flow at speed of 20 kilometers per hour. During the night, we expect mainly dry condition with the lowest minimum temperature of 10 degrees Celsius expected over Njombe region. Tomorrow, Kagera, Geita, Mwanza and Mara, we expect to feature partly cloud condition, thunder showers over a few areas and sun period. While Tanga, Azozo, Unguja and Pemba, we expect rain showers over a few areas and sun period. High ground of Arusha and Kilimanjaro, Morogoro, Dar es Salaam, Pwani, together with the southern coast, we expect light rain showers over a few areas and sun period. And the rest part of the country is expected to feature just a partly cloud condition and sun period. And now let's have the next 4 days weather forecast. Dear viewers from Temoy, that is what we have for today. Thanks for watching. We wish you a good night.
And that marks the end of the news bulletin for tonight. Don't miss our next bulletin in Kiswahili at 11 p.m. On behalf of the whole team, I am Nasa Kingo. Good night and enjoy your weekend.